There's apparently a virus that's going on called the HANA virus. Apparently it's like spreading and stuff. So Tommy NFG made a video about it. So we cannot do another pandemic by Tommy NFG.
I want you to take yourself back to a certain date in 2020. March 13th.
Tommy tough for real, no cap.
2020. I should add that.
Bro, it's crazy. Everybody says March 13th. Bro, I didn't hear about this shit till, no. School didn't go out for me until March 16th. Bro, I thought we were gonna be gone for 2 weeks. We was gone for 2 years. That shit was crazy.
This mostly applies to people in America. You woke
really
up
like a year, but for the effect, I said 2 years.
Up that Friday morning like every other Friday of that year. Dragged yourself out of bed to the bathroom to prepare yourself either for school or for work. While in school, your friend looks at you and says,
"Yo, Uzi dropped the turn on take. You gotta listen to that."
You listen to it while in class to see if it is really hard, and indeed it is. This would be Lil Uzi's last good album, but you don't know that. As the day starts to end in school, the principal comes on the PA system and lets everyone know due to a little virus.
Bro, back then I was playing Fort OD and I was fiending on Fort. I was sweating OD.
Called COVID-19. School would be closed for 2 weeks. You cheer with your friends, hype that you're basically getting a week break in the middle of the year for free, not knowing what it will turn into. If you worked a job, you either got an email.
Bro, I never would have predicted that shit, bro. It turning into what it turned
your
into.
Employer that the company would be switching to remote work temporarily, or you got an email that you were fired and to get out immediately. This little virus would then turn into one of the worst pandemics to happen in over a century. And after it ended, the world all promised itself that we'd be prepared and this shouldn't happen not only in our century, but many to come.
Health officials around the world are racing to contain a deadly outbreak of hantavirus that's linked to this.
In South Africa, a hantavirus passenger was briefly on board KLM plane in South Africa. Bro, why this shit always in Africa or Asia, bro? Okay. I thought my vid paused, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, so if you haven't heard of it by now, we're having
Bro, why the brain break like that, bro? What the hell? Why that shit rip down the middle?
Yeah, so if you haven't heard of it by now, we're having another bit of a virus issue around the world. Even not including COVID, it seems like every couple of years, there's always a virus panic hitting the whole world. In the 2010s, you had the Ebola pandemic, which happened in Africa, but cases spread all over the world. The most racist.
Bro, I remember that shit, the Ebola shit. I remember Ebola. I was mad scary because, like, apparently, like, shit will bubble under your skin. I was not trying to, you know what I'm saying, be involved in that. The Zika virus, shit was spreading through mosquitoes. Bro, that year, I got bit by mad mosquitoes. I don't know how I never caught that shit. Thankfully, I didn't, but, you know what I'm saying, I was not trying to get involved in that either. COVID, fortunately, I never got involved in that. I don't want to get involved in this either. You know what I'm saying? I hope not.
Or if they interacted with an African person, they would get.
Apparently, I heard from somebody that this virus doesn't spread as easily as COVID, but like it has like a 40% mortality rate, nigga. That shit's insane as hell. So y'all be safe, bro, for real.
And die next week. I gotta admit though, that Ebola song did kind of go hard. You had the measles outbreak in
I forgot about that song, yo.
2019, where a record amount of people were getting it around the world. In America, New York got hit the most, and there were 1,200 cases across 31 states. Crazy how this didn't matter because next year's virus would make that outbreak look like a little. New York got hit the most, and there were 1,200 cases across 31 states. Crazy how this didn't matter because next year's virus would make that outbreak look like a little cakewalk. And now the newest panic we have is this virus called the hantavirus. Here's some info. Hantavirus has been a thing since the 1950s and was fully identified by a doctor in 1970.
It's been a thing since the 1950s, nigga. So why is it here now? You should have been stopped that shit, nigga.
78. There's been cases everywhere under the sun since it got identified. It's spread by the worst creatures we know, of course, rodents. And you get it by
Bro, we gotta do somebody's rats, nigga.
inhaling their waste in the air or by directly touching it. Don't know why the you'd be directly touching rat shit. At that point, you just ask for the death sentence. I don't feel bad. And it's only supposed to be from rodent to human until cases started happening from humans.
Niggas out there willingly touching rat shit, bro, like willingly. That shit crazy. Why does Tommy NFG have 2 couches dedicated to his plaques? He has 1 couch for each plaque, bro. Cause like, I know he doesn't just like put it up there for the video and take it down after the video. Like that can't be it. So he really got couches for each plaque, bro. That shit low-key funny.
They called it the Andes version of the virus, and the first case was identified in 1995 of someone getting it from human contact. It happens here and there, but it's way more rare than getting it directly from rats yourself. So you may be wondering why everyone's panicking about it. Well, we can fully blame this dumbass who decided to make a video talking about a hantavirus outbreak on a cruise ship he went on. His name is Jake Rosemarin, and he decided to go on a cruise with a bunch of other people from different countries. Not knowing that a couple had the virus, they brung it on the ship and all hell broke loose. The cruise was not cheap.
Oh, bro. Come on, son. It's spread because niggas want to be pirates in 2026.
3 people died on the ship from it, and one of the doctors got sick.
3 people died on the ship?
Somewhere. So with him panicking because everyone got told to quarantine until further notice, he made an update to the outside world talking about his experience.
I normally wouldn't make a video like this, but I feel like I need to say something, so I wrote a few things down. I am currently on board the MV Hondius, and what's happening right now is very real for all of us here. We're not just a story. We're not just headlines. We're people with families, with lives.
Low-key, no one would have known about this that much if he didn't make the video, but now that's all anyone's worried about. People aren't over a little world-stopping moment from 5 to 6 years ago and don't want it again. It doesn't even take just this. Everyone was panicking when they announced a new strain of COVID like monkeypox. In a way, the whole world has—
Bro, I remember that monkeypox shit, bro. I was low-key terrified, nigga. I was like, oh, hell nah, bro. You better chill out, nigga. Better chill out, nigga.
World War II soldier PTSD on anything happening. Instead of hearing a helicopter and having a heart attack thinking you're in the war field, we hear a new virus dropped and have PTSD of Among Us and those TikToks of which room you would sleep in the hardest. And also the lines—
Bro, I remember them TikToks, bro, with the TikTok with them sounds, bro. Not gonna lie, them rooms were tough as hell.
Helicopter and having a—
But nigga, what's the point of the room looking tough if I'm fucking asleep when I'm in the room?
Heart attack thinking you're in the war field. We hear a new virus dropped and have PTSD of Among Us and those TikToks of which room
like this shit right here
you would sleep in the hardest. And
hey, nigga, I'm gonna sleep regardless, nigga.
Also, the lines he had in the videos are what's really pissing people off. Because he said we're not just a story, we're people with families, lives, and friends. Like that isn't everyone in the world. Are y'all the only ones with families and friends? No one even knew about the headlines of story until you made this video, buddy. People's first reaction to hearing the story was saying a couple of things. One being, do not dock the Pope because we don't want it to spread even more. Other people said just dock it at one country and don't let them leave until it's solved. There's also people saying, f it, 150 people versus a potential 8 billion person pandemic with a disease that's a 40% fatality
No, he's not saying what I think he's saying.
Rate, might I add, and can lay dormant in you without you knowing for weeks. In the wise words of—
Y'all better stay stationary somewhere else and keep that shit cooked, nigga, until y'all fix that shit, bro. Do not spread that to the rest of the world, bro. We good off that. Overly good off that. Wait, so did the people not know they had the virus when they boarded the ship? Surely they ain't boarded knowing they had a whole ass virus in them, right?
He's rapping now.
Nuke the whole generation. If it were up to me, I would drop an atomic bomb on the whole generation.
Y'all are about to get so mad at me, and I know I don't post like this. I usually would post on my other page, but like, truthfully, sink the ship. Sink the ship, okay?
Sink the ship? Nah, that's so deep, bro. You don't gotta sink that shit. Just leave it somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Give niggas food, don't let them leave the ship, and send like the best doctors you can to their way. You know what I'm saying? Cure them niggas and then send them back to where they from and tell them to never board a ship ever again. Nah, cause like niggas brought it on the ship though. I'm talking about the niggas who brought it on the ship. Cause in order for niggas to catch it on the ship, some niggas had to board the ship with having it in the first place. So I'm saying dumb niggas who had it in the first place should have never been on that ship.
Sink it. I don't care. I've seen enough. Sink the fucking ship.
I better sink that ship.
Y'all niggas evil as hell, bro. Niggas talking about some sink the ship. Y'all niggas and them niggas, all y'all niggas evil as hell, bro.
Like it's a game of Battleship. F2, hit. I'm not even trying to be insensitive, but we cannot do this right now. We cannot do this right now.
It seems like the general public is taking this well. The PTSD people have over COVID is beyond what people could think. If you said this pre-2020, people would have thought you were crazy and a bad person. But now there's a lot of people saying they genuinely don't care, whatever it takes to stop a potential pandemic. And even though scientists and health organizations are saying it's a low chance to turn into another COVID, didn't y'all say that last time? If there was some horrible scenario where it did,
bro, they're always gonna say that because they don't want people to panic. What they're gonna be like, oh yeah, but it's about us. It could really spread and niggas could like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not gonna say that. Sink the ship is crazy.
somehow turn into a pandemic, this would be way worse. A 40% fatality rate is diabolical. You got a 4 in 10 chance of dying.
40% is insane. I've never heard some shit so high. 40%.
With COVID, unless if you were really old or really young, you didn't have to worry about it too much and could tank it. This would be a damn near mass extinction event in every country and there's still no cure. There's also other reasons I wouldn't want it to be a pandemic, at least in the US. There will be zero safety precautions set here. People could barely handle the last lockdown and were going insane every day. And obviously while it sucked for everyone, it was for a reason. This time people are just gonna keep going outside every day and passing it like no tomorrow. We can guarantee there wouldn't be a lockdown order even if it was needed. We barely got one last time. The president was forced to do it by his team because people were dropping every day. And also, bleach didn't work as a cure.
Get to the right folks who could. Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or...
Yeah, lockdown order or not.
What the hell is he talking about, bro? What the hell is he talking about?
If I see thousands of dropping a day, my ass is staying inside. And even if there was a vaccine released, people wouldn't trust it and wouldn't take it. They think it's some secret plot to have everyone's blood injected with Satan's and at his will activate your chip and have you walk yourself to the pits of hell. People took one COVID vaccine and were doing the most, acting like their whole life was over and they never recovered. There was people faking that they had permanent violent seizures because of it. It would be kind of fun.
Obese rate gonna go up OD if there's another lockdown. Talking straight doo-doo, ain't nigga skill issue. Niggas got push-ups, niggas got treadmills, niggas got, if you don't got a treadmill, niggas got jumping jacks. Eat less. That's a skill issue, low key. If a lockdown happens and you get fat, that's a skill issue. I ain't gonna lie.
If there did so happen to be a pandemic and certain people don't trust a vaccine released, because this ain't like COVID, it's a 40% fatality rate. Your ass is just gonna die. Those 60-year-old MAGA boomers are gonna drop like flies. We also definitely are not getting COVID checks like last time. You're gonna have to thug it out, and if you can't make it and you don't have a job, it was a fun life for you, I guess. It's not like the check would do much though. Right now in this state of the economy and around the world, we have certain problems going in certain parts of the world. Like people literally would not be able to afford to go through it again. At least
yeah, bro, that shit.
Pre-COVID, the economy was in decent shape. You can guarantee though.
The economy was decent. I was in 9th grade, so I wouldn't know, but it was decent. I do trust the words of 28-year-old Tommy NFG. So, you know what I'm saying? The ultimate unk. So, if he says it was good, nigga, that shit was great.
Oh, someone's boss is gonna say no to remote work and tell them they have to come in. Something also that would be annoying is having to get used to social interactions again. Everyone was low-key anti-social after the lockdown orders were lifted because...
Bro, that lockdown cooked my shit, bro. After that lockdown, I went back to school. I couldn't socialize properly for like 2 months. I couldn't socialize with girls for like damn near the whole year, bro. Like, my shit was bad, bro. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to start a conversation, how to continue a conversation. Bro, my shit was tragic. I could not do that shit again, bro. If I was an adult coming out of COVID, I would have lost social skills for good, bro. I only got that shit back because I was in school, talking to everybody. It was much easier because I was in school.
We were inside for so long. You had to learn how to communicate again because it just felt weird. Maybe some people did better, but I know for me, it was rough. Transitioning
it was
from...
cut, bro. Some niggas were good off rip. Some niggas came to school, but they was normal. I was not normal, bro. I was not normal at all. My shit was tragic.
Being on Discord all day with the homies playing games, not touching a speck of sunlight, to driving places and hanging out in public was a bit of an adjustment. Some people say they still ain't recovered since back then. Yeah, if you still think you're recovering from your anti-socialness from COVID, you're probably just antisocial. It would also be horrible for the youth considering how much they got held back from it. Everyone older in Gen Z just barely made it out. Only 30% of Gen Alpha kids.
Oh yeah, bro. I heard like niggas can't read now, niggas can't write, niggas can't critically think, niggas can't do math, niggas can't do this, niggas can't do that because of COVID. When I was in 12th grade, apparently the average like literacy rate for a 12th grader when I was in 12th grade was like 10th grade. So like niggas in 12th grade had a 10th grade reading level. So they had to adjust the curriculum. Like that shit was bad. Me nigga, I was good, but For a lot of niggas, bro, that shit was bad.
Kids can read proficiently currently. Throwing them in another lockdown in their childhood is gonna be a death sentence. They might end up being the most failed generation by society's problems. I got hit by COVID in my junior/senior year, but at least I can say growing up through my core development years, I was good. I couldn't imagine my first time trying to learn the ABCs was through a Zoom class. This time they're gonna have AI too, so all the kids are gonna cheat on their assignments.
Yeah, they got AI. Yeah, shit cooked, bro. I'm not gonna lie, shit cooked, bro. If COVID comes out, bro, next school year, bro, if you're in high school, middle school, nigga, yo shit cooked, bro. Chat GPT is there, Grok's there. Yeah, that shit cooked, bro.
The methods people used to have to do in 2020 to cheat were absurd. We became scientists in our own ways. People would pre-record them doing work on Zoom when they were sleeping. This fat guy in my gym class in high school decided to pre-record himself working out and just played it on loop to pass his class.
That's low-key funny as hell. I had to send my teacher doing exercises and shit, but that shit felt stupid, bro. Like, I'm a grown-ass 10th grader sending my gym teacher push-ups. And back then, I could barely do push-ups. So I was sending that nigga like 10 push-ups, bro. That shit felt OD weird.
That fat guy totally wasn't me or anything. I didn't do that. People would smear Vaseline
I forgot
clean on their cameras and tell the teacher the camera was broken so they could cheat. You don't need to do all that. Now that we got ChatGPT, it'll do the work for you. I do remember those Zoom times nostalgically though. My teacher's classes got rated at least 7 times through the year. I'll end it off with some positive news though. The reason why health organizations and governments are saying this won't be COVID 2.0 is because
I hope not, bro.
They have decades.
I do not need that. I do not need no COVID, nigga.
The research on this compared to COVID-19 that was brand new. So the world isn't starting with 0. Decades of research and governments are saying this won't be COVID 2.0 is because they have decades of research on this compared to COVID-19.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Like, this shit been around for a while. COVID was like low-key new as hell. It had variants, but that strand was like new as hell. So low-key, that's fair.
And that was brand new. So the world isn't starting with 0 information on it and have to rush and figure out what to do. Also, since it's been contained to this one ship, it isn't jumping from hundreds of people to hundreds of people like before. If you were in the vicinity of someone with COVID, as you know, your fate to get it was guaranteed. I'll never forget the one time I got it. It was from one of my dumbass homies who decided to pull up to the group meet with it without telling any of our friends, and he gave it to literally everyone there.
That's crazy. Oh mans, bro. Nigga done toxic bomb your whole shit.
With hantavirus, it's mainly people with romantic partners who get it or being around someone who's sick with it. So if you're lonely and get no play, pat yourself on the back. You may have just prevented yourself from dying. Who knew being a loser would save me and you? COVID also spread way faster than this, so we would see a lot more cases if it was like it. I remember waking up and checking COVID cases. It would go from 3 to 10 to 200 to 1,000 to 10,000. And technically a mutation could happen to the virus and a new one could pop up.
Bro, dead that shit, bro. Dead that mutation shit, bro. They gon' find it and they gon' call that shit, bro. Ain't no mutations, nigga. Ain't no this, nigga. Ain't no that, bro. We gon' be still good, bro. Like dead all that other shit, bro. I don't need no pandemic.
But most studies show when a virus gets mutated, it either stays the same or turns into nothing. At least hopefully that's the case, or humanity's in for one hell of an extinction event. Anyway,
dead that shit. Dead all that, bro.
That's gonna be it.
We do not need that.
Everyone stay safe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time.
2020s is truly one of the decades of all time. The amount of shit that's been going on this decade is truly draining. Worst decade I've ever lived in so far. I mean, it's probably our only decade beside the 2010s, nigga.